welcome back to my channel. I am your host Mohsen Ali and you are watching Global Scope News. Today, we are going to talk about a very important event in American history. The 2024 US presidential election showdown between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. This election is really important for the future of America and it's going to be a tough battle. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our updates as we talk about this exciting election. Now let's start. Now let's explore what is happening as we get closer to election day. As we get closer to election day, America is faced with a big decision. The people will choose between two very different leaders with very different ideas. The stakes are very high and everyone is feeling the pressure. Donald Trump. Donald Trump, the former president, is telling his supporters that if he doesn't win, America will go to a very dark place. He warns that the country will turn communist right away. This statement is very serious and makes many of his supporters worried about the future. On the other side, Kamala Harris, the current vice president, calls Trump a fascist. She believes that if he wins, he will take away people's freedom and power. This kind of talks create for among many voters who care a lot about protecting democracy and individual rights. For them, the election is not just about policies; it's about the kind of country they want to live in. In many important states, voters are seeing lots of ads from both campaigns. These ads are full of scary messages that make people feel anxious. They highlight extreme scenarios that could happen if the other candidate wins. This approach is effective because many Americans report feeling more stressed as election day get closer. For example, I spoke with Heather, a woman from Wisconsin. She said, "I do believe they are making us live in fear just to get our vote." Her plans to support Trump because she believes Harris' economic plans are scary. Her feelings show how campaigns messages can shape what voters think and how they decided to vote. Meanwhile, in another part of Wisconsin, I met Tracy, an independent voter who plans to vote for Harris. Tracy is very worried about this election and thinks it's one of the most important moments of her life. She says there is a lot on the line. She is not just worried about policies, she is scared that if Trump wins, he may refuse to give up power. This fear is very real for many voters as they think about what could happen to democracy in America. These views from Heather and Tracy show us that Americans are feeling deeply concerned about the future. They reflect the deep divides in the country, where many people are passionate about their benefits and beliefs. For instance, a person mentioned she cannot imagine millions of people wanting to vote for Trump. This shows how people can feel so differently that it's hard for them to understand each other's perspectives. As I traveled around the country talking to voters, we noticed sometimes striking America doesn't just feel divided. It feels like two separate countries living together. Democrats who generally support Harris often live in big cities. They share similar values and ideas. On the other hand, Republicans who support Trump usually live in rural areas where traditionals and conservatives' beliefs are more common. This separation is getting stronger as Americans seek communities where people think like them. You can see the difference in neighborhoods by looking at the yard signs and campaigns posters. It's very easy to tell which areas support Trump and which one supports Harris. These visuals representations of political beliefs shows just how divided the country is. However, no matter how divided America is, there has to be a winner in this election at the end of the day. One candidate will win and one will lose. Many Americans might be shocked to learn that tens of millions of their fellow citizens see things very differently than they do. This realization can create a feeling of disappointment among those who thought their views were more common. Both Trump and Harris have faced many challenges as they prepare for election day. We remember watching Trump being arraigned in a court in Manhattan back in April. He became the first former president in the history to be charged with a crime. Many people wondered if a person with a criminal record could ever become president again. Surprisingly, Trump's legal troubles have actually helped his campaign. His supporters see him as a victim of a corrupt system that is out to get him. Trump often tells his supporters, "They are not after me, they are after you." This statement makes him seems like a champion for ordinary people against a powerful elite. When he focused on serious legal issues instead of losing support, his followers rallied around him. Many supporters were seen outside the courthouse, showing their loyalty. One supporter said they are using the justice system against their political enemies, and it's not right. The kind of loyalty shows how powerful Trump's message is for many Americans. Each time Trump is indicated or faces legal trouble, his poll numbers seem to rise. Many people are donating more money to his campaign, showing how political narratives can deeply influence public perceptions for his supporters. Trump is not just a politician, he is a symbol of resistance against what they see as unfair treatment by the system. Now, let's remember the time when Trump's mugshot was taken during the election interference caused in Georgia. That image quickly became a symbol for any of his supporters. They began wearing t-shirts with his mugshot of them at rallies. This shows how deeply connected his followers feel to him. It's not. It's not just about politics. It's personal for them. Trump's journey to election day was not without drama. He survived a shocking assassination attempt in July. During this attack, he was helped by Secret Service agents while blood was pouring from his ear. Even in that moments of danger, he raised his fist in the air, urging his supporters to keep fighting. This display of defiance made him seem even more heroic of his base. Just, just few hours left. The assassination after attempt. Trump made a dramatic appearance at his party's convention. He even had gauze on his ear, which showed the seriousness of what he went through. Out his supporters were emotional, with tears in their eyes. They felt a strong bond with him. One delegate from America's Samoa said, "He is the anointed. He was called to lead our nation." At the moment, Trump seemed unstoppable. On the other side, Democrats had their own challenges. There was growing worry about whether Joe Biden, their candidate, was too old to run again. During a chaotic debate against Trump in June, many observers felt Biden's long political career was unraveling. The press room fell silent as it became clear that this election was more serious than ever. Calls for Biden to step aside began to grow louder, but many Democrats raised this idea. The Biden campaigns even criticized those who suggested he should withdraw, calling them part of the bedwetting brigade. This response showed the tensions within the Democratic Party. Many supporters felt torn between their loyalty to Biden and their desire for a stronger candidate. However, just days after the Republican convention, when Trump appeared to be in a strong position, Biden surprised everyone by announcing he would not seek re-election. This shocking news sent waves of excitement through the Democratic base. Many supporters felt a sense of relief and hope as they began to rally behind Kamala Harris as their new candidate. During her convention in Chicago, Harris spoke passionately about the need to move past the bitterness and deceived battles of the past. Her words filled the atmosphere with energy and hope. Many supporters began to believe that a new era was on the horizon. But this excitement was short lived despite the initial boost in her poll numbers after the convention. Harris struggled to keep the momentum going. The challenge for Harris was not just to win back traditional Democrats who did not support Biden. She need to reach undecided voters also. Winning over these crucial voters would be essential for her success in the election. As the campaign moved forward, it's become very clear that connecting with undecided voters was a much tougher task than expected. As we get very close to the election, America is not just choosing a leader, it's choosing the future it wants. The very different message from Kamala Harris and Donald Trump show show us a nation that is deeply divided. Each side passionately believes in their visions for America. Stay tuned as we continue to cover the latest news and developments in the historic election. We will explore what the results could mean for the future of America. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Global Scope News for more insights and analysis. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.